Hey everybody, Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and I've got joining us today with this episode of Unleashed is Pup Blizzard from St. Louis, Missouri. How are you?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm good.
good, good.
Good.
So glad you could join me today. We want to get into this. We're going to kind of change the format just a little bit, and we're going to ask the question that Pup Kai left us from Boston, Massachusetts. He wants to know the origin and the story of your pup name, Blizzard.
Okay, so it's funny because that came from me being a furry. That's kind of how I discovered the pup community. And I've seen pup hoods and stuff in the furry community. I was like, ooh, I want one of those. That looks right up my alley.
Yeah.
But when I was creating my persona, I wanted something that was like I know I wanted something that was like ice themed. I just couldn't think of a really good name. And I went to Dairy Queen one day, hashtag not sponsored, and uh, I got a Blizzard, and it was one of the like I forget what flavor it was. It was a light blue one,
Mm-hmm.
and the person I was with was someone who had gotten me into the furry community, and they were just like Blizzard, you're Blizzard. It's blue like your persona, and yeah, that's why I have blue, and kind of mix it with white,
Oh, well,
and yeah.
that's a cool story. I like the way the stories come about when how pups get their names and choose their colors.
Oh yeah, I love hearing it. That's like one of the first things I usually ask a new pup is like, "Oh, how'd you get especially if it's a really creative name."
Yes, yes. Well, good. So, how long have you been a pup?
Okay, so it's kind of interesting. When I was younger, I legitly said when I grow up I wanted to be a dog.
Uh-huh.
And so I just, as a kid, I'm thinking, biologically and I'm not thinking realistically,
Yes.
that type of thing. But I consider I pretty much I've always been a pup. I just didn't know really how to express it until about 6, 7 years ago when I discovered the pup community.
Cool, cool. So do you actually have a what they call a pup born date when you actually established Pup Blizzard?
Not really. I just kind of use my own personal like human birthday
Uh-huh.
as kind of like everything. Um, and same thing with my persona character, who's essentially Pup Blizzard is my persona as well.
Yeah.
I don't have a different character for that, but yeah, I don't really, my birthday is their birthday. So
Okay, very good. That works as well. So when did you discover that? I mean, you kind of led into that already, being a pup. Uh, I mean, what was the appeal of being wanting to be a pup?
uh it just looked the first time I seen a pup hood, I like instantly was hooked. I was even showing my mom, who I normally don't really talk to about things that are kind of like tabooish,
Yes.
bunny ears and stuff. But I was even showing her. I was like, I have to get one of these. Like this looks ex- totally something I would do, like totally my aesthetic. And then I discovered the whole community behind it, and I was just like,
Hmm.
oh, this is way deeper. And then I started meeting some pups and stuff like that when I moved out here to St. Louis, and it just grew from there.
Just grew. So being a pup, what has been one of some of the easiest things that you've encountered being in the pup community, and what has been the most difficult?
Um, the easiest thing for me is finding people who are like outside of pup also into the same stuff that I'm into, because a lot of
Mhm.
pups share the same type of interests. There's a lot of pups that are into anime, video games, et cetera, et cetera. There's all sorts of different things that pups are into. And like pretty much just finding someone I have something in common with is extremely easy in the pup community.
Yes,
Because there's a lot of people who like a lot of different things, and there's really something for everyone in the pup community.
agreed. What about the most difficult?
Most difficult as a pup, I think, is dealing with the drama. There's
Hmm.
just it comes with every community, every type of fan base, but like there's entirely way too much drama over pretty much, granted, outside looking in, to me, it looks like virtually nothing. And,
Right.
I try to consider myself empathetic and try to be empathetic and put myself in other people's shoes. But like, if it's literally just an intention thing, you can almost kind of like figure it out nowadays because it just happens so often. It's like, oh, this person's just seeking attention, or this person literally needs help. It's
Yeah.
really easy to decipher sometimes nowadays because it just happens so much. But yeah, I'd say the drama is probably the most difficult part of the pup community.
Okay. And that kind of leads me into the next question, which I think I know your answer already, but if there's one thing you could change about the pup community, what would that be?
Um, Aside from the drama amongst, infighting amongst our community, um, I'd have to say pretty much the public react like I'm trying to put it into words, pretty much how the public can see us because I
Okay.
feel like the wrong pups get interviewed for you know public
Right.
eyes.
And doesn't
They
put a
get
good spin on the community.
exactly.
Okay.
I feel like some people give the wrong answer. They try to over explain that kind of thing. Or people take things the wrong way and only use certain bits and pieces of interviews, that type of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I pretty much whatever the public image of the pup community is, I would like to change it for the better.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good thing to have. So what about hobbies? What kind of hobbies do you
Um,
have?
Especially around this time of year, my hobbies include roller coasters and fireworks. Just I
Nice.
play like Planet Coaster, Roller Coaster Tycoon, all that stuff. I go to Six Flags every year, that kind of thing. I'm actually going to a new amusement park this year for the first time, Silver Dollar City
Oh,
in
yes.
Branson. So I've never been there despite how close I live. So I get to do that. And you know, fireworks, of course, I've been a firebug since I was young. So
Yeah, I
I,
hear
I
you.
like it. I like exploding stuffs
Yeah,
safely, safely.
oh, yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, I love roller coasters, and I've always been a firebug too myself, all growing up. So, do you
But
have any pets?
yes, I do have a biological dog. His name is Taz. He's a Siberian Husky mixed with a Saint Bernard.
Oh, nice,
And
nice.
his name origin is kind of interesting because the first night we had him, we were kennel training him because the people that had him before us, they had him kennel trained. And I guess for some reason at our place, he did not like the kennel. And he broke out of it. There were two doors on it, one facing the living room, one facing the wall that it was up against. He broke out of the one facing against the wall, climbed out over top of it, and pretty much wrecked the entire house. So we named him Taz.
Oh my gosh, yes. Very fitting.
Yep. And then the kennel didn't last very long after that. So
Oh
now he
yeah.
sleeps in our bed.
Oh well, good, good. So how does Pup Blizzard identify? Do you identify more as a beta, omega, or an alpha?
Well, it's kind of in my Facebook name. I'm beta. Um, I have alpha tendencies with more of a sub personality, pretty much. So I'm kind of a mixture in there. So I used to consider myself an omega, but I've kind of grown a little bit more dominant as I've gotten a little older. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not 100% alpha, and I'm not 100% sub. So I'm right in the middle, beta.
Okay, all right. And you mentioned that you have met some friends or some pup friends there in the St. Louis area. Do you guys have a pack there or a group of pups there
Um,
in that area?
I'm not personally part of a group or a pack in the area. I want to. I just right now in my current life trying to find time outside of work to go actually dedicate myself to something like that. It's just
Hmm.
not available to me right now, so I haven't really been doing it like that. But through Messenger and Facebook, I've met a few pups that we kind of formed a little pack, but some issues arose between us and our alpha, and so the pack has kind of splintered, unfortunately. But I still talk to two or three of the pups that were in the pack, and
Okay.
we still consider ourselves a small little family. So,
Hmm. Well,
um,
well,
so
go
yeah,
ahead.
currently right now I'm not an official pack member, but
Okay. What about events? Any kind of pup events that go on in the St. Louis area that you are aware of?
I know Bar PM does a pup thing quite often. Once again, that's another one of those trying to find the time to go do it situations. But I went there once before, and there's another bar called JJ's that used to do pup nights pretty much every weekend. That was actually where I had my first public pup outing, and that bar unfortunately closed due to COVID. But yeah, there are a couple bars in the area that are like, pup friendly and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like down in the Grove area. If you're from St. Louis or know the St. Louis area, the Grove is a really good area
Okay,
for that.
all right. Well, if you had a new person coming in wanting to get into the pup community, what kind of advice would you give them?
The same advice I was given during my first public outing by Pup Tracks, as people in the St. Louis area will probably know that name. He told me, like, the first time oh, you're a new pup? Don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't be yourself,
Mm-hmm.
that you can't, just don't let anyone tell you what you're doing is wrong as a pup, because each person's pup is different. It's just like real dogs. Every dog is different. No two dogs are the same. So, and there's not a right way or wrong way to be a pup. There's
Right.
just, there's being a pup. And so that'd be my.
I think I lost you.
You're back.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Uh,
So
yeah,
just a couple more questions and we'll be done.
we got the all of that right. It
Yeah,
cut out
yeah.
like right as I was finishing up. Okay.
No, I think it caught all of it and everything. So if you could ask the next pup that I interview on here a question about the community or about themselves, what would that question be?
Um, I like the idea of making it a personal question. Uh, how do uh, hmm, what do they feel is the best way to react to basically someone who's being negative in the pup community without, like, you know being idiotic per se?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
what's a good way to respond to adversity in the pup community?
All right. All right. That's a good question. So let's say some pups down the road see this podcast with you and they want to reach out to you. What's your social media that you would care to give out that they could reach out to you on?
I am Blizzard Beta Pup McCoy on Facebook, and I believe very similar is my YouTube name. That's pretty much all I do. YouTube
Okay.
and Facebook.
Okay. All right. Well,
You're not gonna find much of me on YouTube except playlists and stuff. So I'm just
okay. Hey, that works.
Facebook's the way to reach me.
Hey, I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to sit and talk with you for this little bit of time. It's been awesome. I think
This has
you're
been
my
cool
first.
for me too.
You're my first pup from Missouri. I think that I've got to talk to. So
Woo!
awesome. Any last words that you would care to share?
Um, you know, it, just everyone be nice. There's too much hate in this world. Life's too short, and there's just too much hatred in this world for us to be feeding it. It's just a big dumpster fire, and it's time for us to turn on the extinguishers, not the gas.
I hear you. Amen. Amen. Well, again, it's been amazing getting to talk to you. This is Pup Twigs from Orlando, Florida, and Pup Blizzard from St. Louis, Missouri. I just want to leave this last parting words and stuff that I've got is stay curious, compassionate, and always wagging your way towards happiness. Until next time, keep howling and positive tails up. Have a good one.